Okay, so now you are familiar with this interface and you know what are the components on this screen. So I'm not going to go through those things again, right? So apart from that, or like before I go to the without going to the other component descriptions, I'm straight away going to discuss about the number formats. Now here, to clear up with the number formats, we are going to concentrate on the group called number over here, right? So it is in the home tab, right? Or the home ribbon. And also it is in the group called number, right? So like clipboard, font, alignment, then you can find the group called number. And here in the number, that group contains this number format drop down. Once you click on this arrowhead, you can see there are several different number formats where you can use, right? So today we are going to learn about these things, why these things are here and how those things can be used to ace up our work, right? And you know that spreadsheet is used to do the accounting type of works, or like calculation related works, or analyzing type of things, right? So on those things, especially when it comes to the accounting parts, we may need several kind of number formats, right? Like when we are like writing down a figure, we may require a currency symbol, right? And when we are writing down some figures, we may need 2 decimal points to indicate the cents, or like the decimal point, or the currency fraction part from a different currency, right? So, and again, there are some places where we have to write those things just because of the format. It's as an example, like if we want to type like if we are like writing something according to a accounting format, if I just write 123, I may need to put 2 decimal points. But as you can see, even though I type 123.00, once I press enter, it is not visible here, right? So that is how the Excel works. But to match with our content, or to match with our requirement, we may need those kind of formattings. Otherwise, some may do not have the idea about what we are representing, and some may jam the things, or like jeopardize the things, or like mix up the things by seeing different kinds of formattings. So like if I'm going to give a fractional point over here, right, it's going to show like 23.45, right? So my whole numbers are there with 2 decimal places, and the whole, hello, Suzu. My whole numbers are there without any decimal places, and the numbers which does not contains the numbers which contains the decimal places will be visible with those things. And it's better if I can show these values like 123.00, right? Price list එකක් හදනවා නම් හිතන්නකො නේද සුපර්මාකට් එකකට අදාළව output එකක්, right? So we may list the particular good name and the particular price, right? So if the price of something, let's say the price of dal, right, it's not just 123 is not just matching on that format, right? It should be like rupees 123.00. So that is how it represents, right? So there should be these kind of formats, or there should be a way to have this kind of formats on the Excel sheet. So how we are going to make it, that is what we are going to talk today, right? Okay, so as you know, we can write several different numbers right over here, right? So I'll take 123 as an example to show you initially how these things are going to work, right? So if I click on any of these cells on my Excel sheet, you can find the format of this Excel particular cell on the Excel sheet is considered as a general, right? So it is in the general format, right? Even here, when I type 123, still it contains something. It's the format is general, right? And if I change this format, I can change the format just by clicking on this arrowhead. So it will give me a drop down, and it has many different values, or like the many different formattings, right? And I'm going to choose the second option, which is called the number, right? Now look closely. This cell contains only 123, nothing else. And here I'm going to put number. So you can see now it is showing us with 2 decimal points, right? 123.00. And its format is changed as the number over here, right? Like the other cells still contains the format called general, but this one specifically contains number. It is because we have changed it as a number, or we have formatted it as a number. And about these decimal points, if we want to increase the decimal points or the decimal places, I can use this increase decimal button to increase the decimal points or the decimal places of this particular number. So you can increase it like this. Or else I can use this decrease decimal number, or like decrease decimal, the button, to decrease the decimal points. Like so, even you can get rid of the decimal points just by clicking on that, right? Decimal නැති කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. නැවත අපිට decimals ගන්නත් පුළුවන්, right? So it depends on several different scenarios. Now 123.00 will not affect the number of decimal places, because the decimal places contains zeros, right? But the story is going to get differ if you are having some decimal value with your number, right? Yes, Teda, we have to. We are going to talk about that as well, Dua, right? So now I'm going to show you, I'm going to type a particular value, like let's say 2.345, right? So my cell shows the particular value as 2.345, right? And here in the 2.345, I am going to increase my decimal places, right? Now look closely what is happening. I'm going to click on this, on the increase decimal button. So it will increase the decimal places without a problem. It's like 2.3450000, so zeros are growing. Now I'm going to decrease this, right? Now look closely. Here I'm decreasing, still the zeros are being reduced. So now the original value, 2.345. I'm going to reduce another decimal point. That means I'm going to round this to 2 decimal points. Did you see what has happened? Earlier it was 2.345. Once I decrease, it becomes 2.35, right? So it is purely mathematical. You know what is happening when a certain decimal number is being rounded up to certain decimal points, right? So we have to figure out the leftover part and we have to round it accordingly, right? So the same thing happens here. 2.345. So I'm going to get rid of 5, the very last decimal point. So the next number is 4, so which is an even number. So since I'm taking away a 5, and also the left hand side number is an even number, so that particular number should update by 1 or increase by 1, right? So that means if I reduce the value, if I reduce the number of decimal points in here, 2.345 3, then 4 will become a 5. So that's why 2.35 is here. So that's the mathematical part that I have described to you, which you don't need to describe for ICT. I'm just describing why it is happening, right? So what you have to remember, what you have to figure out is, in case if you are going to reduce the number of decimal places, you have to do it according to the mathematics, right? And again, if I'm going to reduce another decimal point, so it will become 2.3. It is because 3 is an odd number. Calling 4 එක 5 උනේ 4 කියන එක even number එකක් විදිහට තිබ්බ නිසා 5 එක වැඩ කරනකොට තමයි ඔය ගැටලුව එන්නේ. දකුණත පැත්තෙන් left over කරන කෙනා 5 number 5 නම් එයාට වම් පැත්තෙන් ඒ කියන්නේ left over කරන value එකට වම් පැත්තෙන් තියෙන්නේ even number එකක් නම් it is going to increase. If it is an odd number, nothing is going to happen. That is the mathematical theory, right? So it's better you go with that as well, right? So likewise, I can get rid of all the values, and again I can increase the things, so it will give me the original value that I had before. Okay, people, is that clear what's happened with the number format and what is going on with when we are like increasing the decimal point and decreasing the decimal point? Is that clear, everyone? Yes, Dihan, which part do you need to repeat? You mean like, Dihan, are you asking me to summarize this thing? Yeah, Dihan, it's simple, right? So I'm talking about the number format. So this particular button is helping us to increase the decimal points, and this is helping us to decrease the decimal points. That's all that we have talked about. I have shown you different kinds of examples, right? Okay, so the next part, the next number format is about the currency, right? So now, before I move to that, I need you to show something that helped me to clear the formats of a particular cell, right? When I have applied the things to a particular cells, I can clear the formats using this eraser icon that is called clear, which is on the editing group, and it has a drop down as well, and it has different type of options that is given to us. So it has clear all, which will clear all the data on the Excel sheet, and then the clear formats is there, so you can clear the formatting part, and then clear contents is there, clear comment is there, and clear hyperlinks are there, which is not very much needed for you. So you better know about the clear all and clear formats. That is an additional thing, but I'm using this thing, that is why I told you, right? So clear formats, right? I'm going to use this clear format, so it will just clear the format which I have applied to here. The number කියලා apply කරලා තියෙන format එක. So that number format will be erased and will be reset as into the default format, which is the general one. General කියන format එකටම ආයෙනවා. Right? Okay, now look closely. I'm going to change this 123, the value. I'm going to give the currency format. Here I am applying the currency. This is what has happened. Right? So what is going on again? I had it like 123 when I'm having my value as a general format. And once I have applied the number format or the currency format, it add up with two different things. First thing is, it is add up with a currency symbol, which is the dollar sign. And the next part is, it is add up with 2 decimal points. Right? Dihan, Dihan, ඒ කියන්නේ decimal points නැති තැන් වලින් ඉස්සරහට යනකොට පුතේ බිංදු තමයි ඇඩ් වෙන්නේ. decimal කියලා කියන්නේ කොහොමද 10 ගුණාකාරනේ. right? එතකොට decimal points නැති තැන් වලට බිංදු තමයි ඇඩ් වෙන්නේ. decimal කියන්නේ ඔයාට කවදාවත් increase කරනකොට decimal එක increase කරන්න බෑ තව බිංදුවට එහා යන numbers add වෙන විදිහට. reduce කරනකොට ඔයාට round කරන විදිහට අඩු කරගන්න පුළුවන්. right? Okay, so we were talking about this number format. So dollar sign is there and 2 decimal points are there, but look at the value it contains. Now this is shown to you because you have formatted this, but the actual value this cell contains shows over here on the formula bar. So it is just 123, right? But when you comes to this cell, it shows you $123.00, but the value is 123. Right, so this dollar sign and 2 decimal points and the decimal symbol, the dot, is given by the Excel due to our formattings. Right, so if you change this particular cell's formatting to currency, it gives you the same formatting part, right? So like 2.345, for the moment it is general, so I click it and I take currency. Look what has happened. So it become 2.35 and something new has happened. By default, the currency number format contains only 2 decimal points. So look at the value. It's 2.345 I have typed there. So it is being rounded to 2.35. And in here, if we really want to increase the decimal places or if we want to decrease the decimal places, still I can use these 2 buttons, which is the increase decimal button and the decrease decimal button. So it will do the same thing for me. If you increase it, it will increase the decimal points. If you decrease it, it will decrease the decimal points. Right? Okay. Dihan, වටයලා තියෙන්නේ අංක දෙකකට වටයලා තියෙන්නේ by default, right? Right. So now there will like we will be getting the idea, like we will be having these thoughts, like can't we use the rupees symbol? රුපියල් කියන එක නේද? රු කියලා ගහන්නේ අපි සිංහලෙන් type කරනකොට. ඒ විදිහට මේ currency symbol එක change කරන්න බැරිද? Right? Possible, we can do that, right? How we are going to do that? It is just you have to choose what is the place that you need to, or what is the cell that you need to do that change. You can either choose a one cell or you can choose a range of cells as we discussed last time, right? So you just select these 2 cells if you really want to change the symbol on those 2 cells. And you can find a particular symbol over here. And it is given the name accounting number formats. Now be very careful when you are dealing with this. Even using this particular list, you will be able to change the currency symbol, right? Let me show you what's the difference in between the currency number format and the number format which is below that, which is called the accounting number format. Now, if I change the currency symbol using this particular button, this is called accounting number format button. So my cell will be automatically changed its format into the accounting number format. Right now you can see 123 is on the currency number format. Excuse me. Then I'm going to change this into one of these. Let me take euro currency symbol to this. So I click on that. Look what has happened. Earlier, the dollar was like closer to the figure, but now it is far away from the figure. And again, you can see here in the formatting drop down, it is become accounting, not the currency, right? So this 2.3 is a currency mod or a currency format, but this euro 123, it is given as the accounting. And if you want to change the symbol, keeping the currency format as it is, this is not the place to change the symbol, right? You know why now. If you use that, it will change its format. If you want to change only the currency symbol of the currency number format, what you have to do is you choose your currency or the cell that is being applied with the currency number format and move to this. This is called the Dialog Box Launcher. Move to this Dialog Box Launcher. You can find, in most of the cases, you can find this Dialog Box Launcher at the right bottom corner of your group, right? See, this is a Dialog Box Launcher again that is in the alignment group. So for number group, there is a Dialog Box Launcher. For styles, it doesn't have. For cells, it doesn't have. For editing, it doesn't have. And here in the clipboard, it has a Dialog Box Launcher. So occasionally you will be finding a Dialog Box Launcher. Now, if you want to change the currency symbol of the currency number format, have the help of this, the Dialog Box Launcher. Once I click on that, there will be a small window which has been opening for you to help on changing the currency number format. Dihan, පුතා ඔයා අහලා තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ දිහාන් ඔයා අහන එකේ ඔයා කියන්නේ ඩොලර්ස් 2යි කියලා දැම්මොත් 300යි කියලා පෙන්නන්නේ. එතකොට කියන්නේ currency conversion එකක් සිද්ධ වෙනවනේ පුතා. එතකොට ඒක අපිට උතනදී පෙන්න ගන්න බෑ. ඒකට අපිට formulas කියලා එකක් අපි ඉගෙන ගන්නවා Excel lesson එකේ. ඒක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? එතකොට පාට ඔය වැඩේ figure out කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Still we can't write it on the same cell. It should be on another cell, right? Okay, now when the Dialog Box Launcher has opened, you can see this different types of number format is also listed here. General, number, currency, accounting, date, time, percentage, likewise. So it's the same list that you could find on that drop down right over here, right? So we are going to choose the currency number format, right? That is the one which we need to work with, not the accounting, right? So in this, you can see it is given us a sample and it is given us a decimal places and it gives us the symbol. So at the end of this box, there is a drop down menu, like so it works as a drop down. So once you click on that drop down, it is given different kinds of like hundreds of symbols. So you can scroll those down to find your desired currency. Right now, in case if we want to find the rupees, right, what I mentioned is by Sinhala, right? We have to scroll it a little further, right? And we have to find where the rupee is. Here the rupee, right? So if I choose this, then if I press OK, which is at the bottom of the Dialog Box Launcher, right over here. Now, before this, it contains a dollar sign to $2.3. So once I press OK, so it changes ru.2.3. Since I have formatted this cell according to have a currency like this, now it's not going to differ from value to value. We can type any type of value in here. Right. So now what I was talking about is like, if I change the value in here, still the format is going to be same. Right now, if I type 450, you can see 450 is being typed. No Ruyanna is there. No decimal points are there. But if I enter, it changes its format. Right. So that's the beauty of it. Right. So definitely it will reduce the time that we are like spending on like typing this ru and the dot and the decimal points. Right. So if you want to apply this to all other cells or any cell range or any cell or any different kinds of cell that you want, it is only a matter of copying the format and pasting those format on those cells. Right. Right. Oh, Dihan, no problem. Ru එක නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Operating system එක මොකක්ද පුතේ වගේ තියෙන්නේ? Then it should be හොයන්න තියෙන්න ඕනේ. හොයාගන්න බැරි වෙන්නේ නැති. Never mind. ඒක හොයලා බලන්න කොහොමද කියලා, right? So if you want to copy this format to some other place, now if I type 450 here, it's not going to format like this, right? And if I want to format things from B1 to B7 to have the same format like this 450, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my cells from B1 to B7 or B8, right? And if I change this into the currency, it's going to show me in dollars. So like choosing it as choosing the currency number format will not solve the problem, right? Right? So what I'm going to do is, before I choose the cell range, I'm going to choose the cell where my desired formatting is already been applied. Right? So my desired formatting is here. This is what I want. So then I'm going to click on this format painter. I think you can remember the format painter, which we have discussed in the word process when we are discussing the word processing software. So you can click on that. So your mouse pointer is going to change, like it's going to add a new icon as a paint with a paintbrush. So now you can click on the B1 until the B7. So you click and drag, then you release the mouse button. So you can see 450 has already been formatted as this. Now I have formatted from B1 to B7, right? So if I type something on B1, like 23, it's going to give me the same thing. If I print 45.6, it's going to give me the same. If I print 79.86, it's going to show me 79.9 because my formatting is like having the root currency symbol, then only 1 decimal point, right? So likewise, you can apply the formatting for the places using the format paint. Okay, people, is that clear? Yeah, Chandra, I will go through the things again, right? So what I was trying to show you, if you want to copy this particular format, me 450 wala thiyena format in එක, if you want to copy it to somewhere else, right? So it can be one particular cell, it can be a range of cells, right? It can be cells here and there, right? For anything, you can use this format painter. So the first thing that you need to do is you have to select the place where you need to copy the format, or like where you need to take the copy of the format. So 450 කියන එකෙන් තමයි format එක copy කරගන්නේ. So first we select that. Then you are going to click on this brush, which we call the format painter. So once it is been clicked, there is this format painter has been activated, so you can see it using the mouse icon. The mouse icon එක වෙනස් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ, plus එකක් තියෙනවා, paint එක තියෙනවා, right? So now you can select the particular cell just by clicking on that cell, or a particular range just by click and select the particular range. C1 එක ඕන C1 එක උඩ විතරක් click කරන්න පුළුවන්. C1 වල ඉඳලා C6 වලට වෙනකන් ඕන නම්, so you can click and drag it until C6, right? So your changing has happened. Just a second. Right, so I have formatted the cells from C1 to C6. Now I can type anything I want. So it's going to show me the exact formatting of the 450, or like of this D3 cell. Chanuri, is that clear? Right, okay, great. Right, now if you really want to apply the formatting, a particular formatting to different cells which are placed on different places, not together, right? Still we can use the format painter, but the format painter ge nature එක තමයි ඔයා එක සැරයක් formatting එක click කරලා එයාව කොතනක හරි click කරාම automatically format painter එක disable වෙනවා, right? So either you can apply it to a one particular cell, or you can apply it to a particular range. හැබැයි අපිට මේ තනින් තැනට මෙහෙම apply කර කර යන්න අවශ්‍ය නම් formatting එක, we can double click on this, right? So let me clear the formattings right over here. So I clear the format, so those are just numbers now, right? So now I'm going to take this particular format. I'm going to double click on this. And කලින් මම කරේ single click එකක් විතරයි දුන්නේ. Now I'm going to put a double click on this format painter. So I double click. So now I can click on the places I want. My paintbrush is not going to go anywhere. I can put it here. I can put it here, right? I can put it here if I want, or else I can put it right over here as well, right? It's not going to change when we are having the double click on it, right? So still it is being activated. Now, once you are done copying the format, you can go and click on the format painter and say, Okay, now my copying part is done. Oh, Dihan, ඒක බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් පුතේ. Right. උතාල මට විනාඩියක් දෙන්න disturb වෙන ප්‍රමාණය අද ටිකක් වැඩි. Right. Sorry for that. Dihan, අපිට ඒක බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් print preview එකට ගියාම පුතා. එහෙම නැත්නම් මෙතන අපි අර ගිය සතියේ කතා කරානේ view modes ටික තියෙනවනේ. View modes වලින් අපිට පුළුවන් මේ දෙවෙනි view mode එකට page layout එකට ගියාම right ඔය විදිහට අපිට බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් කොහොමද අපේ sheet එක ඇතුලේ දේවල් ටික වැඩ කරන්නේ කියලා. Right, from the view modes. Right. Okay. So this is the way we are going to copy the formattings here and there using the format paint. Right. Okay. So that is regarding the currency number format. Now, when it comes to the accounting number format, there is nothing much difference from the currency. So the only difference is, as you can see, the currency number format, you got the symbol just near to your figure, and in the accounting number format, you are getting the symbol like far away from the figure. Right now, if I change this into the accounting number format, it's going to be like this. Right, so by default, when you are changing something to the accounting number format, it takes the dollar sign. And if you want to change the number format, you can use this now. Right, go to the more accounting formats. So choose the accounting, not the currency, the accounting category, and then go and find the particular symbol that you want. Right, then you can press OK, so you can have the same symbol as you want. But remember, there is a clear difference in between currency and the number format, that is regarding the currency symbol. And again, if you want to decrease the decimal points, you can decrease. If you want to increase the decimal points, you can increase. That doesn't matter. Right? Okay, people, is it clear up to this point? Can I have the confirmation, please? Right, okay. Anusha, like if you want to change it defaultly, I think there may be a way, Dua. I really haven't searched for those kind of things, right? So it is maybe it is possible, Dua, but I haven't go for those things, right? So just surf and see, Dua, right? But by default, as per my knowledge, it takes dollars, right? But there should be a way, because you can go to this file, and there are things regarding this Excel. The preference can be changed using this option button right over here, right? So like using the file, which is the most left tab, go to the more and go to the options. So this window is allowing you to do a lot of changes, right? So I think most probably it is possible, but I haven't go for that extent, right? So just go and search, right? There can be a way, right? Okay, so now moving forward from accounting number format to the short date, right? So let me clear these things. Right now, when it comes to the date number format, it is a little bit different than the other one, right? Dihan, this is 2019, right? 2007 is the first version, the very first version of this kind, right? Right. So, Dihan, you can download the 2019 from the Microsoft website. They are allowing you to download it. But to use the 2019, you have to log in to the 2019 with a valid key, which you have to purchase, Buddha, right? So you can purchase a key from eBay just for like less than 1,000 rupees, right? So then only you will be able to use the 2019 version. Like the earlier versions from 2007 to 2019, you can use it without logging into the account, right? Okay, now I'm going to type a particular date or particular value, like I'm typing like 123, the 123, the famous value that we are typing. And I'm going to change this into the short date. Look what is happening. So it changes like 5/2/1900, right? So which doesn't make any sense, right? 123 5/2/1900. Now it is because it does not know what is the value indicated by 123, right? So 123, Dihan, you can ask it once the session is done, Puta, right? So now the Excel has given the date range starting from 1/1/1900. 1900 පළවෙනි මාසේ පළවෙනිද ඉඳලා තමයි date count කරන්න පටන් අරගෙන තියෙන්නේ Excel වල. So once I type 123, it shows me 123rd day of their calendar or of their timeline. Right? එතන 1900 මෙතන indicate කරන්නේ පස්වෙනි මාසේ දෙවෙනිදා කියන එක. Right? So the May 2nd, that is how the dates are being shown in the Microsoft systems. Right? As you can see, my date and time, even in your date and time in your Windows laptop or a desktop, the month comes first, then the date comes, then the year is there. Right? That is the way they are going to show it. So this indicates 5th, the month is the 5th, which is the May 2nd, 1900. Right? So May 2nd means it is the 123rd day of the year. අවුරුද්ද 123 වෙනි දවස තමයි අපි පස්වෙනි මාසේ දෙවෙනිදා කියලා අරගන්න. count කරලා බලන්න. Right? So because of this, if we really want to use a date, we have to give two components with it. Right? So the first component should be the month, and we should use a hyphen or a backslash. Then the second component indicates the day, right? So if we send it like 6-3, this means July 3rd, right? If I enter it, so you can see 6/3/2021. So when we are provided with those two components, it takes, okay, this particular user is referring to a date which is on this year, the current year, right? So if I just give a one particular thing, then it will formatted as I told you before. I make 1 කියලා දුන්නොත් it's 1/1900. I make 2 කියලා දුන්නොත් if I give 2 it's 1/1900. I make 31 කියලා දුන්නොත් if I give 31 over here it's going to be 1/31 of 1900. Right? That's why I told you it is counting the days. But once we give two components, right? Oh my God. Who is that? That's Elsa, right?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay. Huh. Go and watch. Huh? Go with me. Right, so that is why I told you you need two different data. So which indicates the month first and then indicates the day. Right, so if I say 9-15, so it's going to be 9/15/2021. Likewise. And again, I'll show you another thing. Now, this is being formatted because I have choose the date format specifically. Now, this particular cell has the general number format. I'm not going to choose a date format. Without choosing that, I'm going to give 9-15. Now, this is going to change into a different format. Still, it is going to show you a date, but it is not the formatting date format that we have experienced in the previous cell, but it is going to be something customized date, right? Now I'm going to press enter, see? So it is going to show you 15-Sep. That means 15th of September, right? And look at the format. It shows you it is a custom one, right? Not the this particular one, right? So the 15th of September, right? So that is the way the particular Excel cell is going to act if we do not format it as a date, right? Again, a general කියලා format වෙලා තියෙන cell එකක if we give those two components. Now if I say 5-2, this is going to show me what? 2nd of May, right? Likewise, if I put 7-4, this is going to give me 4th of July, right? So all these cells are being considered as the custom data format, but this is on the date number format. So if I change this 15-Sep into the date number format, look at what is happening. It's going to format as the previous cell. So here I go, the date. Okay, here it goes, the short date. Right? If I change this into a short date, it's going to be 5/2/2021. If I change this into the short date, it's going to show me 7/4/2021. Right? දිහාන් custom කියන option එක එන්නේ පුතේ අර මම දුන්න විදිහට data එක දුන්න මේ automatically ඒක custom කරගන්නවා. Right? සමහරට version එකෙන් version එකට පොඩි වෙනස්කම් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Right? That is possible. Right? But in most of the cases it should work. Okay. So now I'm going to show you what is the nature of the long date. Now look what is happening. Now we got the same date. And I'm going to keep this D2 cell as the short date. I'm going to change this into the long date. What's going on here? I got a lot of hashtags. Now, if you are seeing something like this on your Excel sheet, this indicates the data does not have the sufficient space inside the cell. Idamadi, cell like idamadi. Right? So we can change the width of that particular cell, then you will be able to see it. No, my okay, so this is the nature of the long date, right? So this is called the short date. This is the long date. So long date has what? The name of the day, the name of the month, and the year, right? The particular year. So remember the difference, right? Because those things can be easily tested with some MCQs, right? So it is set onto that particular way. All right. Dihan අපිට ඕන ඩේට් එක කියලා කියන්නේ අපිට අවශ්‍ය දවස දැන් කියන්නේ උදාහරණයක් විදිහට දැන් අද දවස පෙන්වන්න ඕන වුණොත් ඒකද පුතා අහන්නේ. Okay, so you can type it then it's a 24th of 9th, so if we just type 9-24, so it's going to show you the day. It's the very same way that we are going to do, right? And promote, yes, all level results are good, right? දැන් මට ඕගොල්ලෝ හම්බෙන්න කලින් මම පොඩි badges වලට තමයි classes කර හිටියේ. ඕගොල්ලෝගේ ලොකු crowd එකකට class කරන first time එක මම මේ කරන්නේ. So මගේ කලින් batch එකේ කියන්නේ මගේ ගෙදර කරපු class එකේ I had 10 to 15 students. දැනට හම්බෙලා තියෙන results වලින් I got 10 A's, 9 A's, and there are 4 B's and a 1 C so far, right? So it's good. All right, so I'm moving to the next part. So I think you have the idea about the long date and the short date, right? And the next one is about the time. Now time acts in totally different way, right? The time එක දෙන එක, if I just type 8, people, just a second, this is disturbing me again and again. Right, sorry for that, people. So now I'm going to clear this up, otherwise my adjacent cells are going to Yes, Ranuja, it's better you ask that. I really missed that. Yeah, Ranuja is asking how to write something in a different year, right? So on that, we need to provide the year as well, right? Like if we give like this, 5-20 dash, I can say 90, right? So if I press enter, so it says 5/20/2019, right? And if you want like 4-23 dash, if I give 91, so it's going to be formatted as 23rd of 4th 1991, right? Likewise. So if you want to change the year, you have to specify what is the year, right? Same goes with the long date as well, right? If you want to apply a different year, so just type it 3-7 dash let's say 95. So this is going to be 7th of March 1995, right? So the Tuesday, March 7th 1995. So if you want to find the day that you have born, right? So you can do that. You type your year over here, birthday over here. So it will give you what is the date, or actually what is the day, right? So that is how the long date and the short dates are working. Okay, I'm going to clear this now. If you got any questions regarding this, you can ask, right? I'm going to clear this and clear in the formatting. So now I'm on to the time format, right? So when it comes to the time, it's going to be something different, right? So if I just say 8 and press enter, and I'm going to make this 8 as a time now. So I'm going to choose the time. So it says 12 a.m. And if I give 10, it still says 12 a.m. If I give, yeah. දරුවනේ මට විනාඩියක් ඉඩ දෙන්න මේ තව දරුවෙක්ගේ තාත්තා කෙනෙක් එන්නේ පොඩ්ඩක් කතා කරන්න වෙනවා just give me a second Right. Lamai, sorry for that. So now the problem still remains. If I say 456, still it is 12 AM. Now this is because we are not providing the time properly, right? If we need to provide the time properly, there is a way. There is a way that we can provide the things. How we are going to provide it? If we want to provide, we can type 8 and the colon. If I press enter, you can see 8 AM, right? Right, so once we give 8 colon, it shows us 8 AM, right? Now in the same way, if we give 10 colon, it shows us 10 AM. Now, if we want to show something in the evening, like with the PM, we have to give the value in 24-hour clock. So that means if I put 13 colon, it's going to show me 1 PM, right? If I'm going to put 15 colon, it's going to show me 3 PM. And as you can see, this clock or like this time contains three particular things. The hour, next 2 zeros is indicating the minutes. The next 2 zeros are indicating the seconds. So the hour, the minutes, the seconds. So if you want to give something, if it contains everything, or if you want to give it fully, so you can give it like this. So let's say you want to say like what? 9:45 in the morning. So 9:45, just press enter. So 9:45 in the morning. And if you want to say 6:15 in the evening, so you can say 18:15. Likewise, so it says 6:15 PM. Right? So likewise, you can enter the particular values or like the values in a way that we can show it as a time. Is this clear, everyone? Is it clear? Right, great. Okay. Right, so we'll quickly move to the other things as well. So we have percentage, fraction, scientific, and text. Now, percentage. Now, when it comes to the percentages, right? So if we want to write a percentage in somewhere we want, what we can do is we can just use the percentage key on our keyboard. So likewise, if you want to write 24.75, and I use the percentage sign as well. And once I press enter, if I click on that cell, you can see the formatting has already been changed as the percentage, right? Automatically percentage kila change, you know. Again, like if I say 4.75 percentage, again, it changes its format automatically to the percentage format. Or else we can just type a value and format it as a percentage. Now, when we are changing this as a percentage, what is actually happening here is like it is multiplied by 100%, right? So look at this closely. Now I'm changing this formatting into the percentage. This is what is happening. So it becomes 2500%. It is because that particular value is multiplied by 100%, right? So if we want something like this, like if we want 4.75 on this cell, which is being managed as a percentage, so I can just give what? 4.75 and press enter. So it percentage mark is already been taken. Now I am formatting this empty cell as a percentage. And if I want to show like 25%, only the 25%, I have to key in 0.25. Why? What is the reason? It is because the percentage format will multiply the specific value by 100%. So type කරන ඕනම value එකක් 100ෙන් වැඩි කරලා තමයි එයා පෙන්නන්නේ. So 0.25 will be multiplied by 100%. So if I say, okay, I'm sorry. Yes, I think I have jammed something. Yeah, this shows us 25. Yeah, hold on. If I give 0.25, this is what I want to mention you. Yeah, that is what is happening. So I am giving 0.25. Now it will be automatically changed into a percentage. Once I press enter, it shows us 25%. If I give 0.75, it automatically changes into the percentage. It gives me 75%. Right? If I press 25, it goes with the 25%. Now this happens, it is because of this previous cells. මේ කලින් තියෙන කට්ටිය percentage විදිහට ඉන්න හින්දා මෙයා මේක format කරගන්නේ automatically. But if I put something over here, 34, nothing is changing. If I put it here and change it as a percentage, it's going to show you 3,400%. Right? So therefore, you have to clearly understand what happens when we make some value as a percentage. දැනටමත් තියෙන value එකක් percentage එකක් කරොත් it multiply by the 100%. But if we put the percentage mark with the particular value, it's going to show the exact value that we are giving. දැන් මම මෙතනට දුන්නොත් 34% කියලා percentage එක, it's going to show out. So I'm sorry, it's a different number format that they are having here. Let me clear that. Right now here, if I give 34%, going to show us as 34%. Right? So name the difference. Right? Get to know about the difference. 3,400% will be shown if I convert 34 into the percentage mark, like into the percentage actually. Like if I type 34%, so then it's going to be as it is on the Excel sheet. Okay. Is it clear, everyone? Can I have the confirmation? Okay. Right. Then we are moving to the fraction part. Now, we may need to show something like this. Right? So let me clear this first, people. Right? I may need to show a fraction, let's say half. So if I put it like this and press enter, see what is happening. So it becomes a date. Right? So if I want to show 3/4, it's not going to work. Right? So how we are going to put a fraction over here? So to show a fraction, we can custom, or like we can format our particular cell as a fraction. Now this D2 cell has formatted as a fraction. Now I'm going to give 1/2. So it's going to show me as it is, right? Even if I insert a decimal value like 0.5 and press enter, still it shows me the fraction, because that particular cell has told by the Excel, you format the value that you are providing with as a fraction, right? So it is easy. So you change the cell into a the fraction format, then you just provide the fraction, or you just provide the decimal value. If I say 0.75, it's going to be 3/4, or like the 3/4, right? So that is how the fraction is being changed. And after the fraction, I got scientific. Now, scientific is something that you need to understand with the mathematics. I think you all have the idea about writing the scientific values, right? So if I said 123 as a scientific notation, you are going to show this as 1.23 multiplied by 10 to the power 2. I have used this symbol to show power, so it's 10 to the power 2, right? And if I write 12.3, you are going to represent this as 1.23 into 2 to the power 1. If I give this as 1.23 in scientific method, it's going to be again 1.23 into 2 to the power 0. Right now, this is mathematics, people. Right? So you should have the idea about this. This is the way the things are being represented in mathematics, right? When it comes to the scientific notation. Now, if I want to represent these three values as a scientific notation in Excel, it's going to give you a different appearance. Let me copy this and paste it over here. And I am changing these three cells format into the scientific. Look what has happened. So this is shown as 1.23E plus 0.2. This is shown as 1.23E plus 0.1. This is shown as 1.23E plus 0.0. Now, if I give it like this, 0.123, now that's need to be shown as how? 1.23 into 10 to the power minus 1. According to the mathematics, that is the way of showing the scientific notation of 0.123. So now, if I'm going to put 0.123 over here, it indicates like this, 1.23E minus 0.1. Can you understand the pattern? මේ තුන් දෙනාම තමයි මෙතන represent කරලා තියෙන්නේ scientific notation එක. So what is happening? This 1.23 is there as it is. Capital E indicates the 10, the base. And plus 0.2 indicate this exponential. Right? So this is a plus exponential and this is a minus exponential. Right? ඍණ බලයක්. මේක ධන බලයක්. ධන බලය එතකොට ධන 0.2යි කියලා පෙන්නලා තියෙනවා. ඍණ බලය ඍණ බිඳුවයි එකයි කියලා පෙන්නලා තියෙනවා. So you can see the pattern. 0.123, 1.23, E indicates the base 10, minus 0.1, that indicates the power. People, is that clear? This is something for you to understand. Yes, people, how about it? Okay. All right. Okay, then type me these things. 45.67. No, hold on. 45.6. How it's going to be in scientific notation? Yes, give it a try. Dilni, it's not the minus one. It's going to be the positive ones. Yeah, Ranima, that's correct. Dilni, api decimal point එක වම් පැත්තට නම් යන්නේ දෝ, it's going to be the positive powers. Yes, Tedara, that's correct. Rusira, I think you have missed the decimal symbol. Anjana, that is correct. Chanuri, that is correct. Binadi, I need the Excel output. Risara, that is correct. Ranuja, there is a problem. It should be 4.56, Puta, not 45.6. Gavitu, that is correct. Isira, that is correct. Right? Look at this. 4.56 E plus 0.1. Binadi, yeah, that's correct now. Okay. Tell me, how about this? 358. How it's going to be? Very good. Okay. Tinil, that is correct. Tedara, that is correct. Gavindu, that is correct. Risara, Ranima, Binadi, Ola, correct. Rusira, that is correct. Ranuja, yeah, that is correct. Isira, correct. Dilni, correct. Very good. Inupama, that is going to be a problem. It should be 3.58. Scientific we should always have a whole number. Then rest of the things are going to be indicated as the decimals. Right? So according to that, you put the power. Right? Inupama make a decimal point after 8. So then it is going to move in between 3 and 5. So that means 2 decimal places are being shifted. Since it is shifted to left, it's going to be plus positive powers. If it is shifted to right, it's going to be negative powers. Okay, one last thing. I'm going to give 0.025. What it's going to be? Very good. Okay, Dinil correct, Ranima correct, Rusira correct, Gavindu correct, Risara correct. There should be 2.50 people. Isira, that's correct. Binadi, that's correct. It's better you have 2.50. Other than that, the answer is correct. Right? Yeah, Binadi, Tedara. Yeah. That's going to be the answer. Here we go. 2.50e minus 0.2. One last thing you have to think about this. Then if you look into these values closely, it has one whole number and 2 decimal points. 2 decimal points, right? Now I'm going to give you this. 56.78. Tell me how it's going to be. Remember the formattings. One whole number, 2 decimal points. Gavindu, it's going to be a little bit different than that. 2 decimal points vitarai putayenne. Rusira, that is correct. Chedara, that is correct. Risara, that is correct. Dilni, yeah, that is correct. Randima, only 2 decimal points will be there. Yadisha, that is correct. Yeah. Now in this case, it is going to get round. 5.68. Right? So earlier it was, I'm sorry. I have given you 5.678. So 678 will be rounded up to 68. Right? Then E plus 0.1 will be there. Very good. Okay. So after the scientific, we have text. Right? So now text is like this, people. Now, if I want to store my telephone number, my contact on an Excel sheet, if I give it like 071347887 and 41, if I press enter, my leading 0 is going to disappear. The 0 is at the leftmost corner, it's going to disappear. See, 0 is not going to be there. Now, if we want to put the 0 with a particular value, now if I put 001, it's not going to keep the 2 zeros. So if we want to keep the leading zeros with us, there are 2 ways that we can do it. One way is we can put an apostrophe first, then we can put these zeros as much as we want and press enter. I'm sorry. So it will become 001. And it will indicate you a particular error. It's not actually an error. It's just an informing you. This particular cell value is starting from an apostrophe or it is being formatted as a text. Ekko apostrophe එකකින් පටන් ගන්නවා නැත්නම් text එකක් විදිහට format වෙලා තියෙනවා. Now this particular one, I have given it with the apostrophe. Right? පේනවනේ මම මෙතන value එක පටන් අරන් තියෙන apostrophe එකක්, then 00, then 1. And now I am going to format this A4 cell as a text. Now it is on the text format. Now I am pressing 001. Then I press enter. Still, my A4 contains the same thing. Right? So the text is there to get rid of the format of a number from a number. Right? Number එකකින් number කියන format එක අයින් කරන්න we using the text number format. So it is then after not considering as a value, it is considering as a text. So that is why it is being left aligned. The මතක අපි ගිය සතියේ we have talked about it. The labels or the text kind of things are left aligned. The values, they are right aligned. So here you can see these 2 things are left aligned. So it is formatted as a text. Right? Okay, so these are the things that you have to learn regarding the formattings, right? So you have known it. And if you want more number formats, you can go for this more number formats things. So it will give you the ability to create custom number formats, right? Now in the date format, in the date you have seen egolo date එක දෙන්නේ මුලින් month එක, then after day, then the year. So if I want to change that, I can change it, right? So how I'm going to change it? These are the number formats that they have proposed us. So we can choose one of these and we can change the parameters. I'm going to put D at the beginning, then a slash, then M. I'll put 3 M's. So my month is going to represent as a name, right? Then 4 Y's, right? 1D, 3M, and 4 Y's. So that means day ka number ekakin indicate karan, indicate month from 3 letters, indicate year from 4 numbers, right? So then I can press OK, right? I don't remember where I have changed that custom thing. Let me do it again. I think my my custom is here. So I press OK. So now if I give something over here, let's say 5/21. See, so 21st comes the first, May comes as next, and the year comes later, right? Then if I say 5/21st, it's going to be like this, 21 May. Here I have given 5/21st, it's working like this. If I give 3-12, it's going to be 12 March 2021. If I put it here, 3-12, it's going to be 12 of March, that's all. Right, so likewise, we can change the format, not 100% as we want, but according to the syntax or according to the laws that they have provided us in the custom. Custom කියන එක ගැන ඔයගලන්ට by heart කරන්න නෑ. You just know there is something called custom and it can be used to change things like this, right? Okay, so since the time is up, people, I'm going to end the session from here. Right, by next week we are going to learn write the notes regarding the Excel. There are some particularly important things that we need to write down. And again, people, remember, once we're done with the Excel lesson, we are going to have an exam. So start practicing it, start rehearsing, right? So it's can be a physical one, it can be an online one. So get ready, it doesn't matter, right? So you rehearse the things from the beginning. So the paper will be having things from the first lesson up to the Excel lesson, right? Without the 5th one, without the operating system questions, right? Okay, so people, have a very good night. I'm going to end the session from here, right? And I'll see you on next week for the very same time, right? Thank you very much, everyone. Have a very good night.